You know, we had a long journey down to play New Mexico State, and there were some lessons learned in the game that we're able to apply in this game, and a lot of it just has to do again with the energy that you play with, and when you come back in this building and have a crowd like we had tonight, it was so neat to see the students over there, because I can't tell you enough what that does for us defensively. We had 8 straight stops in a row in the first half. And I didn't think we played well. You come in at halftime, you got 45 points, and Ahmed misses 5 wide open threes. So with 1 turnover. And then the second half, when the running game got going, the crowd was good for us on that end of the floor because we were getting the stops. And it really gave us an opportunity to get out and put the speed game back in. I don't think we've been running as well as we need to. But with that energy in the building, that gave us a chance to get out and share the ball and play. In this system, if you play hard, if you play defense, and if you run, you are going to score. And these guys did a pretty good job of tonight. I thought of just settling down and playing. Idaho, obviously they're young. They're going to be really good. He's an excellent coach. And there are some things that we're seeing on film that they do already that's pretty amazing to be that young of a team. The difference in the game tonight was obviously CJ and Robo, their points, our depth in the bench, and just have a little bit more experience.
Was there a big emphasis to stop their freshman Tyson, who I think was 7th in the country in 3-point average and scoring 16 a game?
There was a huge emphasis on shutting him down as best as we could. Last week it was New Mexico State's big guy. He had been like just murdering people, and we did a good job of double teaming him and taking his points away. I think he had 23-11 against New Mexico the other night, where he blew up again. So in this game, Tyson can really score, and I thought our energy again with the crowd to be able. Deontay Daniels did a great job on him. Marvin Cannon did a great job. Different people were guarding him at different times, and when you have that kind of length and athleticism on your bench, and if you work hard, you can wear down somebody's good shooter because you chase them all night, and we can sub. They can't sub that shooter, and we did a good job, I thought, of really keeping them under control.
You think the first about 3 minutes of the second half, where I think you held scoreless, do you think that was really a spark for you guys and kind of built momentum on both sides, offensively and defensively?
You know, the good thing about this team, they allow us to make adjustments at halftime. And they're calm adjustments, and we talked about the energy again and getting ourselves moving. So I thought we came out of the locker room really focused and locked in on playing defense and shutting them down. And again, when we play hard and play defense, that running game gets going, and all you have to do now is share the ball, because we've got some excellent shooters on this team when they get in rhythm.
And then especially in the second half, being able to hit like 5 of 6 threes right off the bat, sort of. When you get into a timeout in that case, do you say, what do you say to him? Do you just say, keep shooting them?
You know, if you go back to the first half, our misses, in my opinion, Ahmed's were pretty good shots in rhythm. I thought we took some threes that were out of rhythm, where we were hunting a little bit. And in the second half, my conversation is just, I use this word a lot, just stay in rhythm. Because when you start coming down that floor wanting to go one-on-one and pulling threes, that's not rhythm. That ball needs to move 2 or 3 times. And now if it comes back to you, you've got the 3, you'll just shoot it so much better. And so I'm constantly telling them about sharing the ball, staying in rhythm. They have green light, all of them do, to shoot the 3, because they're an excellent shooting team when they are in rhythm.
Toward the end of the first half and then to start the second half, you really started to be able to run in rhythm and transition. Did you get the sense that that might have started to wear Idaho out a little bit?
I think the reason we got going was our defense, because in order to run, if you notice in the first half on a made bucket, they would put the 3/4 court press. They kind of controlled tempo a little bit because they wouldn't let you get into your offense. All of a sudden there's 17 seconds on the shot clock. They got the zone on, and you're moving the ball around, and you got to find your shots that way. When you get stops, teams are at your mercy to the running game, because now you can get out with that speed and stretch the floor so much quicker. And there's no question we wore them down a little bit with the numbers we have on our bench. You can just continue to put athletes, shooters, and speed and defensive stoppers on the floor. It's going to do that a little bit to teams.
With how much more consistently CJ's been able to score a game in and game out now, are you starting to look at him a little bit more as a potential number 2 option offensively?
We don't look at 1s and 2 options and things like that, because, you know, when Carter gets rolling, he can put up a lot of points. Deontay Daniels, when he gets rolling, he can really score. Isaiah, when we get him back into the fold, he was scoring really good inside for us. So it isn't about a number 1 and a number 2 option like you would see in an NBA. It's more about sharing the basketball. It's your turn to shoot it, shoot it. It's your turn to pass it, pass it. Your turn to go rebound, go rebound. And that, when you do that again, the individual stuff will take care of itself because guys will get on a roll and you'll see mismatches. Obviously, with CJ, we attacked his guy a little bit because we had the mismatch there at times. Same thing with Robo at times as well.
How much payback do you feel like you got from last year?
You know, they beat us pretty good last year, and they beat us pretty good because they were a better basketball team. With those seniors, they were athletic, they could really score, they had their energy, they were locked, they were focused, and we were a team that I felt like wasn't together. We were a scattered team. This team we have now is really together. You don't look at it as payback. I just told them in the locker room, and I'll say this all the time, you don't get too up when you win. I don't care who you're playing. You don't get too down when you lose. You just get ready for the next game. So you don't look at it as payback. You just look at it as we're managing our preseason schedule right now. We had a stumble with Robo out at Seattle. We had a stumble in New Mexico State with Isaiah out. We're getting healthy again now, and it's just managing and really about playing the right way. If you do that, the winning will take care of itself. But I've been in this business too long, as well as Ron. It's not about revenge and anything like that. We're playing the game because the people here have had this rivalry, and I don't think you should take it off the board. Just play the game. They're going to be tough next year when those guys grow up. We're losing Robo and V. We're going to go over there and really fight again over there to get a W.
From game one to now, how much more together do you see? How much more cohesive is the team?
You know, they're really, you know, and I've heard announcers talk about this. For having 6 new guys, and to have them playing like this so quickly, that's a good sign to me because that tells me again from when they got here in June, July, they immediately gelled together. And that's why they're where they are today. They've come together so quickly because of their character and they trust each other. The more we can do that and the more we can up our energy and effort, the better basketball team we have will be. So the focus for us right now is to manage the preseason, but we're also preparing for that conference season, which is just going to be brutal for everybody. And in that, you got to play a lot tougher, a lot smarter. We know we need more people on their game coming off the bench. So they're really together, but it's more about pushing them now to get them to another level of play for longer periods of time.
Any more questions? Thank you.
Thank you.